Alex Jones here for Infowars.com with the most important Second Amendment emergency alert I have ever issued in 17 years on air. As you know, our December issue that came out 3 weeks ago said this man wants your guns and broke down in the articles that are also posted at Infowars.com that they would use executive power outside of law to take our guns, including all handguns, not just semi-automatic handguns and rifles, because the Attorney General, Sarah Brady, they're all quoted as saying this plan. Ladies and gentlemen, I had Larry Pratt on today, the head of Gun Owners of America, the second largest pro-gun lobby in the United States, and he said from his intel, it's exactly what I'm seeing. He said he totally agrees with me. The word is they're going to use the ATF to just start banning things outside of congressional law. Just like Obama signed a Cybersecurity Act without Congress and took over the internet, or said NATO and the UN run our military. This is happening on so many fronts. And they are having all of these different groups come out and decry gun ownership itself. And we're going to go over some of that in a moment. Now, the ATF this year and last year had a public comment period on banning most shotguns that could be bottom loaded and converted. But Congress said, hey, you don't have the power to do that. We make the laws. So they backed off. But that was a trial balloon. Now remember, these guys did Fast and Furious, shipping guns into Mexico to blame the Second Amendment, and got caught by the grace of God. But this is meant to black all that out. Now here's the deal. They are beginning the move towards gun confiscation, and I'm going to show you the proof right here. They're creating an absolute hysteria and a guilt, saying you're a member of the Klan if you own guns, that you killed those kids at Sandy Hook. They're ignoring the crime statistics, that actual murders overall are dropping, and they are moving in a hysterical fashion that I have never seen against the Second Amendment right now. Now let's go over how they're going to do it. Here is CBS News. Walmart, nationwide, biggest retailer in the world. Dick's Sporting Goods, we called them here in Austin, it's true. They are pulling almost all their semi-automatic rifles off the shelf and basically apologizing that they ever sold them. So again, they're getting this wave, this hoax rolling that guns are basically illegal and that guns are bad. Here's another report out of CNN breaking down the same thing. But listen, this is part of a larger program where they're creating total hysteria to give Obama the political backing to sign an executive order. Cerberus seeks sale of gun maker Freedom Group, biggest in the U.S., 6 giant factories. Now, what's scary about this is, a few years ago when Cerberus bought it, we said we're in deep trouble because top Federal Reserve insider John Snow, huge New World Order globalist, former Treasury Secretary, is coming out demonizing guns. And they've got all these police groups and other pension funds divesting in guns right now. So this is a total takeover. The globalists want our guns, folks, before they implode the economy. Discovery Channel killed its #2 show that doubled in ratings just this year. They killed their own show, American Guns, and said it made guns look good, glamorous, even normal. Guns should look inappropriate. So the idea is guns, period, are bad. And now they've got MSNBC saying ban all guns, period, except, of course, in the hands of the government. Let's continue. The new movie, they're suspending premieres of the new Jack Reacher film coming out with Tom Cruise because it shows guns in the film, as if speech and ideas are what are bad, okay? Continuing. Look at London Independent. Not only does it say they're not releasing that film, they're making, Tarantino apologize for his violent Western, and he actually sticks up with the First Amendment. I've actually have to commend him on this, saying it's bad people that do bad things, not movies. But it says Fox TV and others are suspending Christmas specials that show children, because if it features children in school, that's inappropriate. This is mind control, ladies and gentlemen. This is total control. I want to say one more thing before I get to the FBI's own crime statistics. Ladies and gentlemen, this is how the Soviets took over. Political correctness was a Soviet term. This is all selectively turning our nerve endings off when it's kids being blown up by the thousands by drones, our media not showing that, demonizing you if you say it's wrong, but then 20 sad little children, it's so sad, get killed, And they hype it like it's the end of the world, even though I keep hearing on the media mass shootings are increasing. So I went to the Justice Department's own numbers. In the last 20 years, it's flat. This year's been a little worse than other years. And it's still terrible. 88 mass shootings, more than half of those gang-related. Let me say that again. Gangs killing each other. 200 people died when deer ran out in front of their cars. Look it up. But let me show you just some of the FBI statistics, okay? This is at FBI.gov, FBI.gov, okay? And believe me, they don't advertise these. General violent crime statistics from 2007 to 2011, what are they doing? Plunging. If you look from 1985, that's when the plunge begins. This is almost 20%. It's more like 35% since 1980. Okay, do you see this? FBI.gov. And there's just thousands of pages of these. Property crime, plunging, almost the same. Home invasions. Why? If you look at the graphs, and we did this on the radio today, go look at gun ownership and concealed carry. Its graph's going like that. So as guns go up, crime goes down. And John Lott, the big professor, wrote the best-selling book, More Guns, Less Crime. It's a fact, ladies and gentlemen. So the system is cold-bloodedly manipulating the American people's loving good hearts and punching our buttons in an all-out coordinated attack of a media corporate hype, state-run media, I've never seen. I mean, they are pulling them out of the stores everywhere in a preemptive, like, oh, it's bad, they got rid of it themselves. It's the right thing to do. Let's ban the ownership of these, they're now saying. Make you turn them in. And that's why Sarah Brady and others have said last year, hey, we're getting their guns when he gets reelected. Don't worry. Before they collapse America. And here's the deal, the Republicans are saying they're going to go along now, because they're bought and paid for by Goldman Sachs, J.P. Morgan, and others, the same ones that are imploding this country. I had Congressman Walter Jones on of North Carolina. He agreed with me today. Ron Paul is warning about this takeover and accelerated authoritarianism. They're taking the First Amendment, the 10th, the 4th. All of you that don't like the Second, hey, they're gutting everything else. Your due process. The NSA spying on us. Think of all the lies. Think of all the crimes. Think of the special interests that run this country. We're in trouble. So that's what I'm telling you. The ATF is saying, oh, we can ban your guns with rulemaking now. And they can also threaten shops that sell guns. And that's what Larry Pratt said. He said, the word is they're already going to pressure shops and are already doing it quietly, testing, just telling them, we'll take your license if you sell these. Outside of law. They can't get Congress to pass it. So this mafia, ATF, that shipped guns into Mexico, killing thousands, hundreds of children. You don't see people crying about that on the news. No, the media keeps that quiet. They're saying outside of law they're going to do this. So that's the bottom line. You've been warned. Tell everybody you know the great gun confiscation has begun. If they can execute this, and so you can't even show guns on TV, you can't own guns, you can't sell guns, and tell us that we're all murderers collectively, then it's over. This is it. This is it. This is the big assault. I saw the signs. That's why our magazine covered it this month before it even happened. They're coming, folks. And when they ban all the semi-autos, they're going to ban the rest. They follow this worldwide. Alex Jones signing off for Infowars.com. Gun owners, you've got to boycott Dick's in Walmart. Gun owners, you've got to because if they get success and they force all the other retailers, it's going to be a fiat victory where you won't be able to get guns via regulation. Fight these victim disarmament people. Every tyrant seeks to disarm the people. We're in a red alert emergency. Alex Jones signing off for Infowars.com.